31 now, and I still don't have kids. I still don't have a family.
I want to apologize for believing this lie that I can have it all, that I don't need a man.
Feminism is the worst thing that ever happened to women.
Feminism is a scam.
That's the reason I'm no longer a feminist.
I am no longer a feminist.
I feel unbelievably betrayed by feminism.
I'm so fucking tired of being the strong, independent, resilient one all the time. It's fucking exhausting. It is so fucking exhausting and draining to act like everything is okay all the time when you are absolutely fucking breaking inside.
I'm in a place now in my life where I'm reevaluating everything. My values, my perspectives, what I really want in the future. And what I really want is a family.
I want to apologize for believing this lie that I can have it all, that I don't need a man, that children are a burden, that my career is more important than anything, that my bank account can replace a person being a husband for me.
I feel unbelievably betrayed by feminism. I was constantly fed this idea that women can do everything. We don't really need men. What the hell did you mean by that? Because women can't do it all. We can't. I do feel in many ways betrayed by that line of thinking.
Feminism is the worst thing that ever happened to women. Like, you're telling me that I could stay at home doing nothing, enjoying my man's money, taking care of the children, and be there for them all the time. Binge watch my favorite shows, go to gym in the morning, go to school in the evening, and be my man's sweetheart. Like, it sounds like a very good dream, and I do daydream a lot. Like,
I watched this one lady, she's 60 years old. She says, in my 20s, the feminist movement was taking off. I joined it. I went and became a career woman, and I did so well. And all I wanted to do was be better than men, be better than this. And I bought into that philosophy. Today I'm a millionaire. Today I'm a C-suite executive. Today I've been able to have all these shares. I live in a nice house. I have all this other stuff. I don't have a husband. I don't have kids because I bought into this feminism concept. And she's now living in regret.
So she regrets it all.
Because the value of life, you gotta invest into things that have depth. So, she eventually had to figure it out for herself, but it's too.
Feminism is a scam. I once believed that male privilege was real and that I was a victim of the wage gap. Now that I understand the true motives of feminism, I know that this could not be further from the truth, and that modern day feminism is a war on true masculinity. Before women had the right to vote, most were stay-at-home wives, which meant they weren't working jobs and couldn't be taxed. Our overlords didn't like that. Rockefeller started funding feminist campaigns in media, and as a consequence of the movement, women started entering the workforce and leaving the home. Children would then be separated from their parents and sent to Rockefeller-funded schools to be indoctrinated by the state. All of this ultimately disrupting the family unit.
The truth of the matter is, that's a lie. Women do need men, and they are realizing that now, that they need them more than ever. So, although you may feel that way, you think feminism won, because it looks like it won, the truth is, everybody loses because of feminism. So, although they may have the appearance of being happy and independent, in a while it will catch up to them and they will realize all that they have lost because they bought that lie.
Saying used to mean that women just wanted equal rights. They wanted the opportunity to have kids and work on a project outside the home. But now, you've taken that wholesome name, you've applied it to a movement who's promoting destructive ideas like hookup culture, being an independent woman, and hating all men. And you're saying, hey, I know that title, I'm totally down with women having rights. That's a great title, but you've now misused it. You've misapplied it to actually, an unhealthy movement. You're telling me to do unhealthy things, take unhealthy actions. I don't want to take those actions.
The reason I'm no longer a feminist is because I realized I was using feminism pretty much as a cover-up for how much I despised the male species. I don't feel that way now, but at the time, I had a lot of bitterness towards men. So I was kind of using feminism as a way to be rebellious. I didn't realize this until I started to observe other women who claimed to be feminists. And I noticed their attitude towards men. And I was like,
I am no longer a feminist. Here's why. So I've been a feminist for a few years and I always felt like there was something missing and I couldn't really pinpoint what it was until last night when I realized I'm not a feminist.
I'm sexist. I value woman as more than. It's no equality in my brain. It's purely woman, children, and animals all in number one. And I realize, like, that's why they let, like, women and children off of the drowning boats first. And it's because that's just the way of life. That's why men go to war. That's why women stay home and, like, be hot. And children get to play, and animals get to eat and run, and men go to war. So
women need to be held accountable. Feminism has made it normal to constantly blame men for the problems of women, when in reality, our own nature and the way we interact with each other accounts for most of our issues. Women sit around and listen to each other bitch about dating, and for some reason, we always wind up siding with each other, don't we? It's never our fault, even if we find ourselves in repeated situations or dating the same type of guy over and over again. Women will stand in solidarity with victims of abuse and then go abuse men on public forums like, are we dating the same guy? And even if you don't post in there, you still stick around for the tea instead of working to end it. Women will cheer on some overweight girl practicing body positivity and then shrug their shoulders when that girl complains that men aren't attracted to her.
Toxic feminism. What feminism does is simultaneously teach women to detest masculine traits in men, but cultivate them in themselves. So for instance, a man that cheats is trash, but a woman who cheats is a bad bitch. Or a man that sexualizes women is misogynistic, but a woman should sell her nudes online and she's a bad bitch. But the biggest problem with feminism is that it makes women reject their feminine traits. So they no longer want to be loyal or nurturing. As a result, we're breeding a generation of men who no longer aspire to provide, protect, and most importantly, respect women because they can access them and replace them.
There are so many women that are going to be in this situation because they have been lied to. And there are a lot of men out there that want to have families that have been trying to say this. They have been trying to say that they just want a woman that is loving and caring in nature. They don't care if you're a boss babe. If anything, unfortunately, it might work against you.